Alright guys, LP with S&W Service and Repair, and today I got my butt kicked, and it's just one of those deals where, man, I was about to pack it in and go to the house, be like, man, I ain't taking no more cars today. But I pulled over in the parking lot and got myself together, and I had an Electrolux oven. This Electrolux oven, I don't know what the customer did, but he already had this oven out of the wall. And I could tell he likes to try and tinker on things, but it's a warranty call, and the thermal fuse was blown. The control board was bad, because when I pulled it off, it had blown a section out, so I know it was bad. I had a control board with me, and the thermal fuse got it on. Still having problems. I'm like, man, doing all my checks, continuity and everything else was good. So it's like, shoot, I need to get the power board right here next to it. Peak 3, I think. Coming out peak 3. Well, I go get the power board, come back, and still having problems though. My lower oven is working. It's a double oven. Upper oven's not working. Lower oven is working. I'm getting voltage though. I'm getting 120. And let me tell you my mistake. So I checked voltage on each side, 120, 120. But I failed to check the voltage together. And I should have did that before I picked up the power board. So to ground, 120. Other side to ground, 120. I should have checked together to get the 240, but I didn't. I was in a rush. So I got back, power board. No, I'm thinking this is in and out, 10 minutes, boom, bam, bow. Nah, man. I was there so long, the cat started trying to climb up my leg and twirl his tail around my leg, and like the cat just fell in love with my damn right leg. Man. So I'm checking, I'm going through all these checks now. Now my mind is just racked up, and I'm really trying to figure this out. I'm starting to check the bottom of it now. I'm like, okay, well, let me check all my resistances, because all the parts are the same, far as like the heating elements and the thermostats, even though the thermostats don't really have anything to do with them coming on, just the thermal fuse. So I'm checking everything though. I don't want to go leave no stone unturned. And everything checks out good. What I should have did was pulled up that schematic and checked line 1 and line 2. I didn't do that to the end. So line 1 coming in, I got 120. I checked line 2. You know, and I got 120. So I said, let me check them together. Right at the board. Together, they cancel each other out to 0. I said, what? This is weird. So I said, let me check the oven down below. Let me check the bottom of it. And I'm going to check line 1 going in and line 2, I'm checking both of these going out to the heating element down there at the board. 243. Bing, 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 bing. Good to go. So I go back and check the top of it. Boop. 0. Like, man, this is weird. I've never had this happen. This is a brand new board. I put this board on. Man. So I have a defective board, looks like. I've never had a defective board before. I don't even know the protocol to send back a defective board. And how does that even work? Do they even believe you? Like, oh yeah, right, you got a defective board. Yeah. But I don't know, man. So that was my daily butt kicking today, man. Went in there thinking that was gonna be a 10 minutes, And 2 hours later, because I'm checking everything, man. I am tracing wires. I'm cut the bundle to make sure. Because in some spots, those wires come off, and then they break out into 3 different wires. Like on the convection side, the heating elements, they all break off into 3 different wires, and they all go to each one of the units. Each one of the elements, rather. And I'm checking everything. Like, I don't want to leave no stone unturned. And man, I come back with the conclusion, man, I got a bad board. Like, this is crazy. I've never had a bad board before in my life. Man, I'm racking my brain. And I hate failing. So, man, I got my butt whooped, and I was like, man, I'm going home. You know, you get on them butt whoopings. I don't know if any of y'all ever been fighting before. If anybody done had some fights, man, you know, number one, if you really had fights, you won some fights and you lost some fights. And after you lose a fight, you don't really want to be bothered. You don't want to talk to nobody. Ain't nobody in your heart of hearts, you know when you lost the fight. You know, you might didn't get knocked out or nothing like that, but you know, I'm gonna break you up, you know you lost that fight. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody be a hype man and get you up on stage, dog. Like, this ain't the movies. You know when you lost the fight. I lost the fight today. And yeah, I was ready to go home. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I didn't want to be bothered. But I had to give myself a self-talk. I'm gonna go out here and pull this dishwasher out and get busy. I'm about to go get busy, man. It took me about 35 minutes to get myself right, but I'm gonna go get busy now. I'm finna go make some money. I'm gonna go get busy. Don't let it take you out though, man.